Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Patriot Specialized. Thanks for tuning back in. As you can see, I still have on the Bell articulating dump truck. There's a couple things came up today that I didn't cover in the video that I made when I was talking about securement and placement on this thing. A couple things came up that I didn't cover then, and I thought might be good to cover tonight. Obviously, kind of dark outside, so I got my light out. Thought I'd make a quick video. Two things I want to talk about is the weather. Holy smokes. The weather kind of got me today. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. And then also the permit situation with this load. I don't talk about permits a lot, and I probably should. That's a whole part of the channel. So we're going to talk about permits too. But first off, I wanted to show you something.
Right across these plains and prairies, Rocky Mountain highs, fade off into the distance like ghost riders in the sky. Black smoke and white lines.
I ran into a guy right here, right outside here, not too far, maybe 10 miles. We kind of ran into each other on the highway before he came in the truck stop. He ended up parking right next to me. My guy Deon Allen, he picked up this bulldozer up in Illinois, and he's taking it I believe he said it was going to North Carolina. I figured I'd show you guys that thing real quick since you saw this one. I'll show you that one real fast. So here's what Deon's got right here. Pretty good load. Now Deon's running 1/2-inch chains, so he had to put a whole lot less securement on than I did to accommodate the requirements for DOT. So what he's got going on here, this is a John Deere 750L bulldozer. The blade is separate. He's got the blade strapped down on the back. He's got two chains, hooking the same way I do, running right off the edge of the blade, coming down to the trailer. That's a 1/2-inch chain. That's a 1/2-inch binder. That's a 1/2-inch binder over there. So he right there, those two binders have more weight value. Even though he's only getting half credit, they have more weight value than my 3/8 binders when it runs all the way across. So this is what he's got going on the back. Same thing. He did the same ones, tied off from the edge of the blade right down to his J-channel hooks. Did the same thing on that side, also getting half credit for those two. However, they're 1/2-inch chains. We got to keep that in mind because it makes a big difference, 1/2-inch binders. And then he ran another chain coming from the tie down point here, straight down to the J. These J hooks are, I believe they're rated at like 6,200 pounds. So they are more than enough to accommodate what he's got going on here. So basically what he's got here with 1/2-inch, because they're rated at 12,000 pounds each, their weight limits are 12,000 pounds each. So he's got 12,000 pounds on the front, 12,000 pounds on the back, plus the two chains that he's got that he's using from the tie down points, which is another 12,000 pounds. So literally he's got 36,000 pounds of securement holding this load in, and this load only weighs 40,680 pounds. So he's way more than covered. Great job, Deon. I appreciate, I love seeing stuff like this. I love seeing guys doing the right thing, knowing what they're, I talked to you a little bit tonight when I got permission to video, and he knows his stuff and knew the rule. It was good to run into somebody else that knows exactly what they're doing. So he also has the blade on the back here. You can see it. You got two chains going across that again. 3/8 chains with a 1/2-inch binder on this one, but really doesn't matter. That thing only weighs about 2,500 pounds. So that 2,500 pounds, he's got way more than enough securement on that for what it weighs. So great job, Deon. It was super good meeting you, and I appreciate you letting me film your load. And great job on securement, and we hopefully you'll subscribe to the channel, and we'll run into you again somewhere. This is, it's pretty cool parked next to you like this. There's our loads right there. We also got another guy with cats on next to us too. It's funny. We got a Bell there, John Deere here, and cats there. On to the weather situation. We're going to talk about that. What happened here is I was in Lufkin, Texas this morning. You know, that's where I stopped last night. I rolled out of Lufkin, Texas. We're going to talk about this here in a minute, but I rolled out of there at 4:30 in the morning, 4:15 in the morning. You can do that in Texas. We're going to talk about that here just in a minute, but I rolled out of there at 4:15 in the morning, heading toward the house in Ohio. Wanted to get, there was a specific route I wanted to go that would help me avoid Memphis or most of Memphis and help me avoid Nashville altogether. Make it a little bit better, smoother of a trip. Kind of goofy how we had to do it, and we're going to talk about that again here in a minute. But this weather situation, man, it was raining this morning. As soon as I left the truck stop, I was in the rain. I got into Arkansas and that rain turned into snow. Now, lucky for me, I was able to outrun that storm today. However, it's coming right at me right now. So I think I'm gonna end up right back in it in the morning. I'm hoping, it doesn't look like here is gonna be too bad. Maybe half an inch of snow, I think they're calling for, maybe 1 inch. Getting closer to Ohio is gonna be 1 to 3 inches, but they're calling for 1 to 3 inches over several days. So I'm gonna show you a shot of the radar where I was when I figured this all out and where I'm headed to, and you can take a look at that. We will be right back and we'll talk about these permits. Now, this permit situation, what I wanted to talk about there was the timing on this, and we talked about this in one of the episodes on timing during the non-daylight savings hours. It is a, man, if nobody's seen that, that's freaking, I'll show it to you real quick. Totally off topic, but when my wife came with me for Reese, I normally set my hat on the seat, and I wasn't able to do that, obviously, because that's where she was sitting. So we're trying to devise a way to have my hats in the truck and not have them in the way, you know, in the easy reach cab we got going on here in a 389. So what she came up with was this. This is a pretty sweet setup. Hangs both hats right from the ceiling. Always there, easy to in, easy out. It's a pretty good deal. So, all right, so back on the subject. Now sometimes I get sidetracked like that. This load obviously is permitted. We're running 47,000. We permitted it for 55,000 pounds because that's what we thought it was when we first took the load. And I'm routing it straight to New York where it's going to. Would have taken me across 70 across the middle part of Ohio. Now, I didn't want to do that because I want to go home for the weekend, so I have it routed up 71 and across 80, which I'm going to end up out there anyway, so it really doesn't make any difference. Miles wise, it's not out of route at all. It's pretty basic. So basically we got Texas, Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio, PA, New York. Those are the permits we needed. Now, Texas, Arkansas, Tennessee are all per ton states. Those permits can get pretty expensive. Also, Missouri is a per ton, and Missouri is going to come into play here in a second. I'm going to talk about that. Missouri is also a per ton state and it's a very expensive permit. However, most of the time on the per ton states, their leniency, they allow you to do a little bit more. Travel at night, don't require certain things that other states require. They're a little bit more of a pain in the butt, charge you a little less for the permit, but they're a little more particular about things. Those states don't seem to be that way. So the great thing about this is this load is 9 foot 10 inches wide. We permitted it for 10 foot. In Texas, you notice that I was in the, and I mentioned it earlier in the video, you notice I was in Texas. I said I left there at 4:15 in the morning. You can do that in Texas. If the load does not exceed 10 foot, you're allowed to run 24/7. So given that I'm permitted at 10 foot and I'm actually below it with my load, I was allowed to run at nighttime hours. I could roll it out of there at 4:15 in the morning. It's completely legal for me to do that. Arkansas, however, does not have that rule. So the reason I left Lufkin at 4:15 was to be able to hit the state line of Arkansas right at curfew, when daylight happens and I'm allowed to be running in curfew. Obviously, you know, both ends of states, there's always a scale. I wanted to make sure that I crossed that scale and I wasn't outside of curfew. So that was why I was able to leave Tennessee. It's going to work the same way here in Kentucky. Now, what I wanted to do was come across into the west side of Memphis and then go up 55, come 155 to the, oh man, what is this? The Western Kentucky Parkway. I wanted the Western Kentucky. The reason I wanted Western Kentucky Parkway is because that keeps me out of Memphis and it keeps me out of Nashville. Those two cities can really slow you down depending on when you hit them. So I was trying to avoid both of those. Western Kentucky Parkway is a great road. It's high speed, very low traffic. So it's a great route. If you get a chance to take it, make sure you do, because it definitely will cut some time off of versus going 40 through Nashville and Memphis. So that's why I wanted the Western Kentucky Parkway. That's why I tried to get this way. Now, my permit department, I asked for 55 to 155 and then come across that way. That would have required me to purchase a Missouri permit. I just said Missouri is a per ton state. It's a very expensive permit. Didn't really want to invest another $250, $300 coming off of what I make on this load in order to get that permit. So what we did was, and I'm gonna put it up here in a second. What I did was I came into Tennessee, right on the outskirts of Memphis, basically right dead smack in the middle of Memphis, and got on a 51 and went 51 north. Now, good idea, bad idea? Good idea for my time. If time is less important than money, then it's a great route to go. If time is more important than money, then you're going to want to take 55 up to 155, because there is a lot of red lights on 51. It took me, it added about 45 minutes to my trip by going up through there, but saved me $250, $300 for the permit in Missouri. So that's the reason I went this way. I'm gonna go ahead and put up a screenshot of Google, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, which way I wanted to go. 55 to 155, probably a better route, would have been a little bit faster, but I would have invested $250, $300. Up 51, a little bit slower, 45 minutes longer, but I saved $250, $300. So that's why I did it that way. Now, Kentucky is the same way. They will allow you to run at night. So I can leave here tomorrow morning super early. I can leave here when my logbook resets. I can be out. Now, I'm gonna have to see what's going on in the morning. That weather that I came through, that you just saw on the video, that weather that I came through, it's coming this way. I'm out in front of it right now, and it's coming this way, and there ain't nothing stopping it. So it's gonna be here when I get up in the morning, and we're gonna see what the roads look like. They aren't calling for a ton of snow, so should be okay, but we'll see what happens. So those are a couple things that came up today that I wanted to talk about. I just want to say to Deon, Alan, I very much appreciate you taking the time to talk to me. You talked about your load and allowed me to film it. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel, and we'll run into you again sometime soon. I got your phone number now, so I'll give you a buzz sometime. Also, if you guys are brand new to the channel, thanks for tuning in today. If you like what you see, make sure you hit that like button. Also, if you want to see some more, hit that subscribe button and become part of the channel. If there's something you'd like to see, throw a comment down below. If there's something that I'm right or I'm wrong, or I take constructive criticism pretty well. So if I'm right or I'm wrong about something, or you think you'll see other people comment all the time, feel free to make a comment, man. I appreciate it. I don't know everything, but everybody around me does. So if you got something you want to say, make a comment, and I will answer you back as quick as possible. Other than that, see you guys on the next one. Stay safe until I see you.